Oaktown.
Let's play ball.
Look out, here we go.
Here it is.
This is going to get ugly here.
It is.
Speaking of ugly, woof, this World Series toted for the best World Series of all time. Christian, how are you feeling over there? 3-0 Dodgers.
Yeah, it's not pretty. And man, what a mattress fire the Yankees are all of a sudden. I mean, they haven't put up a lot of runs all through the playoffs, and then they get here and it's like they were this close to a shutout tonight. Like Verdugo came up, finally broke it out, but yeah, wow, crappy. And I mean, I think the biggest disappointment is the pitching hasn't been bad, but they're just not generating any offense, and Judge is just a mess.
Yeah, I don't know what I was like, I don't know, because everybody's kind of a mess, so it's like, is their pitching really that good right now, or is the team all just kind of slumping at the same time?
I think it's probably just that, I mean, look, Cleveland gave them a good run, like run for the money in that series. So I think Cleveland might have had a better shot against the Dodgers, actually, if they had gotten there. It's just really
you never know, really, but I think we got Master Frank Landia on his way in. Ladies and gentlemen, now joining the third member. He's a Cincinnati Reds fan, so it's Curtis.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, God.
It's just three old men griping about the Dodgers winning, in case you haven't paid attention.
This is like fucking torture, man. That's the real torture now.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, dude. Like we were just saying, like, are the Yankees sucking at hitting that bad, or are the Dodgers pitching that well, or a little bit of both, or what? But I mean, they only had how many hits? They had two hits the whole game.
Yeah.
One was
Yankees had 4 hits, right?
Or 5 hits. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And then Dodgers had 5. But it's weird, man, because Dodgers weren't exactly fucking. They're just timely hitting, man. They're hitting when it fucking matters.
The fucking Chin Warrior, dude. He just throws that little dimple out there and just smacks it. Sucks.
Well, there's that.
His whole mouth, this whole area right here.
He has teeth. He's the biggest goon.
I can't even make that if
I know. I was trying to do it the other day. I was like, oh, what if it sticks?
You start poking yourself with a pimple all day.
I mean, if I was him, I'd be that guy with the long beard and the man bun, like just cover that shit.
Your 1985 pot dealer.
ZZ Top.
Yeah. And no one needs to see it.
Yeah, and typical Dodgers fashion, the bloop hit, right, is always like,
I was just gonna say that.
Just that Mookie Betts just like dinking that ball out into right field, and Soto just looking like, did you see how far Rizzo ran to get that pop-up late in the game? Like, he ran all the way out to where Soto was to get it. It's like there's no trust for you, right? Shit. We can talk about the good stuff, like Freddie Freeman hitting a ball off his ankle was pretty cool.
That was
hurting his foot.
The bad foot, right?
The bad foot.
I mean, I'm really like, okay, I know I'm not the biggest Dodgers fan, right? But like, it's kind of like, I'm really amazed by how little Ohtani really plays. Like, he doesn't play. He just bats 4 times a game.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, dude. $700 million for a dude. If he hit 4 home runs a game every game, I mean, that would be rad. But like, it's just like, dude, he doesn't do anything for the rest of the game.
It's funny. I kind of wonder if you went back through all their games, and I'm sure there's a way to do this, and just remove him from the equation completely and see if they would still make the playoffs. Because once they made the fucking playoffs, they won without him.
Totally.
without a
No,
doubt.
One game that
it's Mookie and Freeman. I mean, their team is stacked, but their pitching is carrying them. Everyone thought their pitching was going to be their demise, but their pitching, you got to tip your hat. Whatever is going on, either the hitting's just horrible or the pitching was good for the last two series.
they got healthy at
I
the
mean,
right time,
I
and
mean,
they
these guys all throw 100.
and they're stupid fucking rich. It just sucks. Oh,
Sabian should be embarrassed with the Yankee team. Sabian's coming back to San Francisco, Robert. Come on. We know that.
Yeah. I think actually the Dodger pitching is really, it's not a function of that. I think it's more just the Yankee bats have just gone to shit. And man, it's hard to watch Aaron Judge, dude. Like, this is the guy a couple years ago, Heyman's, Arson Judge going to the Giants, and we all got excited for 30 seconds, and then the internet exploded, and then of course he went right to the Yankees. But like, dude, watching this, he's going to be the MVP of the American League, and then this is going to be his postseason resume that same year. It's rough, man.
His shitty performance in the postseason is going to stand taller than a fucking MVP.
And in New York, they're booing him, right?
Yeah.
Was that they're booing him?
His last bat, he was getting booed. Yeah.
I mean, it's insane to me. You're the MVP. I don't think Bonds got booed when he had a horrible postseason. You know what I mean? Like, it's like New York's gnarly.
If it was the 70s, they would have been throwing knives and shit at him. like full cans of beer. Like, he would have.
Yeah.
Well, Christian was throwing, what were you throwing? Razor blades or something? No, batteries.
D-cell batteries, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh shit, Charlie's on.
Charlie, good to fucking see you. I've been trying to get a hold of you, man. DeSoto signed to stay a Yankee. Well, here's the thing. I'm watching this and I see Verdugo hit that home run, and I go, holy shit, short fucking porch. Why would Soto want to play anywhere else? He probably gets 10 more home runs a season in that park. That's built for lefties. I mean, like, I don't know why he would want to leave. New York's kind of his, it just seems insane if he went to LA. Like, he's too much.
Stay. He's going to stay. Stanton's on his way out. He's going to stay. I mean, the Dodgers will probably throw stupid money at him. If they get him, the league should just shut the game down for a year, because it's just gotten so dumb now. It's like how much money can you spend?
Yeah,
stupid.
It really is, man. And it's like, watching this series is just, all I want to do is just watch it be over.
Well, that's what I was saying tonight. I'm like, am I actually rooting for the Dodgers just to sweep so it's done? Like, I can't really say that out loud, but in the back of my mind, I'm just wanting postseason baseball to start. I want to hear the general manager announce. I want to hear about who's opting out and who's going to be a free agent and trade. I want to hear like the hot stove, like, fuck this cold ass World Series.
Yeah. That's going to be more exciting than the World Series. Like, the moves, that's going to be way more fun to wake up in the morning and see who went where.
Yeah, like, where did Jonathan India wind up, right?
Pee Wee Herman, dude, with long hair.
Well,
dude, and that third base waving the Stanton in, holy shit. The guy wasn't even at third base yet, and the left fielder threw it. I mean, Stanton runs slower than Buster Posey, possibly.
He's much slower. Buster could kick it into high gear if he had to.
No, Buster was the slowest guy I've ever seen run the bases. He's like, felt like something was pulling him.
He wasn't as slow as that. I mean, he's not like Wilmer slow. Like that was Wilmer. He might have been. So listen, Wilmer, you talk about hoping for a sweep and all the reasons you mentioned. There's another reason on top of it. It's just like, we don't want to have to watch another Dodgers ball game this year, period. The sooner it's over, the sooner it's
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him win in Los Angeles.
That too, right?
Yeah, let him win in New York.
Well, I think the Yankees are gonna win tomorrow because it's just they gotta win one game, and it's the bullpen for the Dodgers game, and then they'll probably lose the game after, maybe? I don't know.
We'll see. They got to play 2 to win 1, so it's probably going to finish up in New York, or the Yankees just lay down in the middle of the freeway and get run over by a semi tomorrow.
What was there a World Series like in the last 10 years where somebody came back from 3 down? What was that?
That was 2004. It was the Reds. Well, no, it was that was in the ALCS. The Red Sox
against the Yankees. Yeah,
Yankees. Yeah, they were down 3-0 and they came back and won it.
But
that whole thing was epic.
Yeah, the Yankees did it in the World Series, right?
Is that right?
I think the last time that they were in the World Series,
they were down 0-3 and came back and won.
I think so, because I think it never had happened before, and then it did happen.
Yeah, I remember it happening. But the Yankees Red Sox one was amazing. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, that was an awesome one.
And then after the Red Sox won, everybody went to
yeah.
Red Sox.
The Red Sox remain the only team to rally from a 3-0 deficit in the best-of-7 series when they stunned the Yankees in the ALCS. So, no, it hasn't been done in the World Series.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I mean, the Giants in 2012, it was they came back.
Can we not talk about that?
2-0.
Can we not talk about that? Can we not talk about that?
Well, no, but the next series, was even better because they were down 3-1 to the Cardinals, and they came back and won that one. So I don't know. But this is done. This one's done. This one was done last night or the night before. Really, they went down 2-0. It was like, nah, they're not.
You can feel.
I mean, they just don't have any. There's no vibe to it where you feel like I never felt they were going to come back in this game when they were down 2-0, dude. They got down 2-0. It was like, no.
But they were down 2-0. They were down 2-0 in LA.
Done.
They're down 2-0 in LA, right? They come back to host 3 games in New York, the Big Apple. They got Wu-Tang Clan. They got fucking Jay-Z. And who do they go with? Some Fat Joe guy? That was it right there. You're like, it's over. Fucking done. They call it. It's a wrap.
I'm lucky.
I mean, you could have brought out that New York guy, the crazy guy that's always talking shit. And he's on the fucking he's in the movies and shit. He was like, he's always, I don't know, I fucking forget his name, but yeah, there's so many New Yorkers anyway out there that like Fat Joe.
Yeah, out of all the New York hip hop guys, like,
dude,
sorry. I mean, I only caught like the last 15 seconds of it, and I'm like, for some reason, this guy looks familiar, but is his name Pitbull? Is it Snow? Who is this? Some nondescript, light-skinned rap guy? It was like, what? And then I'm like, who is this fat guy? And then I went, oh, it must be Fat Joe.
He looks like 80% of the. He looks like 80% of the people that were in the fucking stands tonight.
It's wild, right?
The funny thing is like Ice Cube came out in LA and he's wearing the satin Dodgers jacket and all that, and his clothes are baggy, but like under there, Ice Cube's ripped, right? Dude, he goes to the gym. This motherfucker, he was like Bluto, man. I don't know what the hell was going on.
He's got a sandwich in his pocket.
Oh,
yeah, what did you say? He works at a deli counter out there?
Yeah, he works at the deli counter in the Bronx somewhere. God, that guy was just
like,
horrible.
Is
there a connection?
Is our Wi-Fi doing okay?
Yeah. Was that me?
I don't know, but I just want to apologize to everyone because between Christian and myself, maybe both or one of us at the opposite times, our Wi-Fi has been bananas lately. So freeze frame, that's what we're all about. Like,
dude, out here in West County, it's like everything is just so shaky. I mean, it's like They had. I was up here a couple months ago, and some idiot ran into a pole and took out all the AT&T lines, and then the internet comes through this company Sonic that bundles your phone. So when something goes wrong with the phone, you can't call AT&T. You have to call this. There's some office in a tech park in Santa Rosa with a bunch of stoned beta males in it that are like, "Oh, we're really sorry. We'll put in a work ticket on it," and like 2 weeks later, you still have no phone and internet. It's just
Yeah.
insane. I mean, you know, it's a trade-off for being in the middle of the forest and the air's fresh and shit. But dude, it's like living in caveman times.
Wait, where are you at?
It's out in like West Sonoma County, so like
Oh, okay.
west of
Yeah,
Santa
so
Rosa,
Sonic
like
is
a half
still
hour.
around, huh?
Yeah,
It's kind of like where they filmed Halloween.
the Bohemian Grove is right up the road, and every
Oh,
once in a
there you
while,
go.
they found like a unconscious naked young man along the roadside out here. It's pretty freaky, dude.
So I got another.
Pictures where it didn't happen.
I got
It's
an,
like the Druids, you know, Eyes Wide Shut movie, like all that.
Oh my God.
I'm sure that's only the beginning of it, and there's a bunch of like children's blood drinking rituals and things like that going on.
It's crazy. So how does I know the answer, but I'm just gonna throw this question out there. Stay off the platform. I know. But when you're on the platform formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, and all you do is follow sports people, sports writers, baseball players. That's it. That's the only thing I follow on there, right? But my feed is 100% Trump and Kamala. Like I don't follow any of that stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't see any baseball shit. What's going
It doesn't
on?
matter. It's that time of year. It's like your phone's getting bombed, your email's
Ah.
getting
Oh my
bombed,
God,
all
those
this unsolicited
block
crap,
them.
you know.
You
So it's
can't
like,
block.
you know,
No, Elon's putting all kinds of stuff in there too. Like it's like you can see like his whatever profile keeps coming into. I'm not following you, bro. Like I know you own this thing, but yeah.
well,
Anyway,
how much do you post on there? Because if you're a passive user, that's what happens.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've been posting a little bit during the World Series just because like I'll be talking some shit like because there's so many fucking beat writers that are just Shohei all the way down their trachea. You know, it's just insane. I'm
The
like, dude,
whole yeah, dude, the whole broadcast team they're just right with the Dodgers, like the whole
and how did Schmaltz get so LA?
Getting paid.
you know, because everybody loves a winner. They all want to swing from the nuts of the team. Like if New York was somehow able to flip this series and win it, all those guys would gravitate like in Game 7 to the Yankees because that's just the way they do it. You know, it's like they try to go with who's ever winning instead of going like, you know, this isn't really about the Dodgers being dominant. This is about the Yankees sucking. They're not even honest about that because really that's what it is right now. In my eyes. I mean, Yankees haven't stepped up, man. So
They just try to create this dramatic story on a series that's just kind of like boring. Like, oh my God, the Dodgers have lost so many players, and they just had the grit and the guts to just like work through it. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah, my car broke down. I'm gonna go buy a fucking, a fucking brand new fucking, Escalade or whatever. It's unbelievable, dude. It's just they're trying so hard to make it fucking interesting when everybody knows.
See Ohtani jogging off, holding his shoulder. Like, man, give me a break. If the guy actually popped his shoulder out on that slide into second base, he would not have been swinging a bat today. He probably felt it like tweak and was like, "Oh, pop shoulder!" Right? They're like, you could hear it on the bass microphone. It's like, oh shit, man.
It didn't look like he got hurt, did it?
No, well,
On
I
the
thought
slide, he just like I think he jammed it a little bit. And apparently it popped out.
I doubt it. He wouldn't be playing today if that happened. But anyways, I thought he jacked his wrist when he did it because when his hand went down really hard on the dirt. But whatever. I don't care. I don't care about Freddie Freeman's foot. I don't care about Otani's shoulder. I don't care about Mookie Betts' coked out eyes. Dude, you see his eyes? Good Lord. It's like a cat at night. It's just his pupils are like, wow. It's insane.
Oh, if I was gonna back anybody on the Dodgers, it's Mookie.
Yeah,
I think
he's one of the
he's
best
legit,
players.
dude.
He's a legit player.
I liked him from the Red Sox. He was fucking badass.
Should have stayed there. He should have stayed there. He was great over there. That's the problem, is when the Dodgers pick up these guys that come from other teams. It's like, you liked them in the town they were in. As soon as they get to LA, right? And they turn into kooks. Look at them. Dong bonging. What, dude, come on. It's not right. It's not right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Is he from Los Angeles?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think he was back east, dude.
I'm not really sure at all. I got a question though for you, Curtis, because I'm pretty sure I know Christian's answer already. But we're talking about Juan Soto after this is over. Do you think it matters if the Yankees win or not? Will have any bearing on where he decides to stay or go?
Yeah, no. I think he would probably,
like if the Yankees win, would he be more apt to staying?
Yeah, I think so. And I think if you lose, you're kind of like, well, maybe we can mix it up somewhere else, because it's going to takes a lot to get to a fucking World Series, man.
It's so lame if you lose to a team and then you go to that team the next year. That's like a Kevin Durant move.
No, totally. And this is his first season, right?
On the Yankees, yeah.
Yankees, yeah. They got him in a trade, so he's San Diego dealt him, and look at how much San Diego came up since they got rid of him. And I don't think that's necessarily because of him, but it certainly was like a pretty stark contrast to where they were at.
He's got a lot of good players for him.
Did pick up some good
King
players.
Is super good.
So what do you think would happen? Do you think he would stay or go, depending on the win or lose?
I don't think it matters. I think it's
I don't know what kind of guy he is, but I don't think he's like necessarily like the guy that's like connected to anybody. So I don't think he cares where he is. I think if he's into winning, he wants to be with a winner. If he wants most money, he's just going to be whoever pays him the most. I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, these are my bros, this is my team, or this is like, I don't think he's like Aaron Judge, where it's like, I just always dreamt to be a Yankee and now I'm the captain, like that whole spiel. What I would say though is, if the Dodgers are seriously interested in going after him, to me, if I'm Buster Posey, I'm convincing Greg Johnson and all them that we have to just go 650 straight out of the gates and try to get him. Like, I think we need to prevent the Dodgers from getting him, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Like, it'll hurt baseball, I think.
Yeah,
it's already kind of hurting baseball the way,
but it will really hurt baseball. Yeah. I mean, it is, and especially if the Yankees are going to get this Japanese superstar that's about to come next year. So they're just like, Otani's bringing in it's just, I don't know, I don't like it, and I don't really want to have the money thing. I don't think that we need to have that necessarily, but there's going to be an argument for it if this continues.
Yeah.
Well, the whole argument, 10, 12 years ago was the commissioner's office of the league and the owners, even, they wanted parity. What they wanted was the divisions to be way more competitive, not just one powerhouse and then four shitty teams, but they've completely allowed it to go. What? No way. Charlie's on one.
I love it. Good to see Charlie out here. You got to email me, Charlie. We got to talk.
So anyways, it's gone to this place where it's a two-pronged problem. The league hasn't really figured out how to prevent the tax evasion, for one thing, that they're pulling with all the deferring.
Oh, the deferring.
And then just the fact that like the luxury tax thing doesn't mean anything to a team like the Yankees or the Dodgers or
No.
the Padres or the Mets, because the owners don't care. They'll spend as much money as they have to. But then everybody else, I mean, Fisher, that asshole, wouldn't spend a dime. Artie Moreno in Anaheim won't spend a dime. And it's just, they make their teams completely non-competitive. I mean, look at the White Sox. Huh. You know, now they're talking about who is it? The Twins are being sold now.
Oh, yeah, the Twins, yeah.
Right. So like there's a lot of shakeup in terms of like the money levels. And then to see Rob Manfred show up on the pregame tonight and talk about, oh, we're so excited and so happy with the way this postseason has gone. All the games have been exciting. It's like all the games were exciting until it got to the World Series. And then it's just been like a boring, like snore fest, right? You know, I don't know. This is what they all wanted. This is what the league wanted. This is what the commissioner wanted. This is what, you know, a few people on the West Coast and a few people on the East Coast wanted. And everybody else who likes baseball is like, fuck this.
The first game was good. I didn't see it, but the whole walk-off grand slam, that was cool. But then after that, it's just been...
Yeah, it got boring. And I think that grand slam, I mean, I don't think the Yankees were running at full power in game one, but then, dude, that's got to take the wind out of your sails a little bit.
Yeah.
And watch old 9-hole Chin hit one out like that. First grand slam walk-off ever in World Series history. Ouch. And dude, they did Nestor Cortez so dirty. Booney just really like, that was wrong, man. I mean, he burns his late inning guys in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then he's got nothing to go to. So, oh yeah, Nestor, you haven't pitched in, you know, over a month. Get in there, man. Handle it.
Oh, that's right. He hadn't pitched in like forever, right?
Yeah, 38 days, 37 days, something like that. And that's rough. And he actually came into the game tonight and he pitched very good. But it's kind of after the horse got out of the barn, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he, like you said, he didn't pitch for 38 days, and you bring him in with the bases loaded in the World Series. It's kind of like,
well, no, it was even worse. He brought him in with 2 guys on, and then gave the 4 fingers to intentionally walk him to get to.
Oh, that's right.
So it was like, it's like, oh great, you're gonna throw another guy on base for me on top of it. Talk about, you know, pressure. No pressure, bro. And there weren't even 2 outs, I don't think, right? Were there? No, it was 1 out.
Was it 1?
Maybe not. Was it 2?
I don't really remember, to be honest.
Who cares?
I'm trying to put this all out of my mind.
This is just a depressing series. I'm not even fucking excited.
Yeah. The sooner it's done, the better.
It's giving me a headache more than anything else. Because all I'm doing is complaining about it with my other friends and you guys. Yeah, I got another text group of guys about baseball, but they're all into football, and I'm always talking about baseball, and I'm just complaining, dude. They're just like, God, shut up.
Whoa. Does your son like this World Series at all? I know he's a big baseball guy.
He is, but he's so busy with baseball because he's been coaching. Because he had the Tommy John surgery.
Oh,
he's coming around. So he just got up to 80 today. So his arm feels better. But he's been coaching these like group of 11-year-old kids on a travel ball team.
Oh, cool.
He loves it. He's so stoked. But that's all he's been doing. He's like, I'm so tired. By the time I get home. But he did ask for the account password to watch the game tonight. So.
Well, we're going to need you to be our roaming sideline reporter and drive by River Cat Stadium once a month and give us updates on any construction or like anything going on. I went to the Reggie Jackson softball game yesterday at the Oakland Coliseum. It might be the last thing ever played there. It was sick. Yeah, it was cool. It was everything you would think it was, like dudes running through walls. Like it was like kind of like those celebrity ones where it's like some guy like Terrell Owens is there just blasting them. Canseco was hitting them into the upper deck. Like I was like, yeah, it was insane. And then there's guys that are like kind of shitty and just blowing it. So it was really kind of like it was fun. Yeah.
Man, I want to get how do I get a seat from the Coliseum when they tear
Well,
it down?
so somebody was trying to rip one out, and the guy comes up. He's like, "What are you fucking doing? This stadium's not going anywhere. There's going to be a full soccer season here." And so I don't know what soccer is there, but apparently they're going to have soccer there.
That was my first place I ever saw a game. That was it.
Me too.
You got to figure like
Yankees A's. That was my first game ever.
If they're shutting that thing down, you know, and the A's are gone, like, and they probably fired most of the security people, whatever, we should just go stealth mission and get some, right?
Well, they got a big stack of them out there on Hegenberger, I think. There's a big stack of these fold-ups that they kind of have like auxiliary seats or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We get one of those.
You got a trailer hitch?
I do.
Just put a chain around it and just drag them. Just go on. All you got to do is go south from there. The cops aren't going to follow you.
Oh, no, they wouldn't even think twice about that shit. It's like, just seating for the homeless and bringing them seats.
It's just part of the whole hyphy culture in Oakland. Like, oh, yeah. Look at you ghost riding a lowrider, dragging the Coliseum seats around behind it. Nobody's even going to bat an eye at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, do you ever go? How close are you to the River Cat Stadium? Do you go by there ever?
I ride my bike there because I hear the fireworks every Friday night or whatever. So it's pretty close. It's probably 4 or 5 mile bike ride.
Nice.
I can get out to the river and go down there, and they got a big giant place to park your bikes and shit there.
Right.
Well, the thing was, remember they were talking about doing artificial turf because it's being played on twice. I guess they're not. It's going to be grass.
Can't do that. That would be ridiculous.
Have you smelled that stuff before? When it's hot, there's a baseball field by Mather Skate Park, and it's all turf. And you go out there when it's like 100 degrees. I don't even know why I'm skating out there in the first place when it's that hot, and you can smell it. It is just like it's burning plastic and rubber. It's disgusting.
Well, some of those artificial turf fields, they use recycled car tires that's ground up into that sort of like
it's
stuff underneath it.
Exactly.
And you can see somebody hit a line drive into the outfield, and when it skips off, you see all these little black pellets fly out.
Totally.
Yeah. So 100 degrees, 105 degrees, and the sun baking that. Just out there, just like, you know.
I remember when I was a kid watching like games like on TV, whether it was like Riverfront Stadium or like Phillies, Pittsburgh, middle of the summer, it was hot and humid. People's fucking shoes, outfielder shoes, were fucking melting when they were in the outfield. That was the early days of like artificial turf, you know.
Plus your knees are just jacked.
Yeah, it's like what, asphalt, fucking carpet padding.
Man, football playing on that shit. Remember, people would get stuck, and it was just like, careers were short.
You guys remember when the World Cup was here in 1994? I think it was, right? So
soccer.
They played games
Stanford
in New York, and I went to some of the games at Stanford. I was at that Brazil USA game on the 4th of July, but they had games in Texas. And they played, one of them was in a college football stadium, I think, in Texas, and another one in New York. And they had thermometers down on the field, and they had artificial turf. One of them, Ireland, was playing some South American team. They had this thermometer down the field. It's 140 degrees. That's what like the temperature on the turf was. 140. And these dudes are like slide tackling and just like melting the skin on their legs. So gnarly. And imagine dudes from Ireland playing in that.
Fucking sunburnt, dude. They're all red.
just sweating out like a bottle of scotch, you know, like
hey man, I'm Irish, dude. You know, please don't say that.
I know, it's a bad joke.
But
no artificial turf. I mean, how many stadiums in baseball have it left now? They got.
I don't think do any of them. The
Toronto,
indoor ones?
Toronto.
right?
Toronto had it, and
Minneapolis, maybe.
was it Tampa Bay put grass in? Yeah, or no? Did they?
Tampa.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. I thought
Doesn't
the
matter
Downs
now
have
because
to have them.
that thing is gone after the hurricane. Done. Good thing
So
the Rays.
Toronto is artificial turf.
Yep. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they
they
revamped it with that modern stuff, but yeah, it's still fake grass. Pretty sure.
Yeah, there's ways to control the temperature on the field or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, but the thing is, Rivercat Stadium, it's going to be games every day.
Right.
It's fucking crazy how they're going to do that.
They're gonna have baseball like a they're gonna have it like a AAA schedule where like the teams play like 5 games straight or something in the week. I heard
Oh, okay.
just for them. So it's
Yeah.
gonna make everything weird. But then there's gonna be some games where the River Cats will play in the day and then the A's will play that night, like a doubleheader, but just 2 different games, right?
Wow.
It's so crazy. I thought that they might have some games at Oracle when the Giants are away to help. Like maybe the AAA would come down here since
Yeah.
it's Giants affiliate. They wouldn't have the A's probably, but they could have the River Cats play here at Oracle when the Giants are on the road to help just like kind of space it out. And then that would be cool for fans and the players to get to play in the big, the real stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my idea, but it'll never happen.
I think they have big issues with the A's going to Oracle because of all the branding, right? The major league branding for the Giants. So probably more likely the River Cats would go play in San Francisco rather than the A's. So
Yeah.
how many games in a season in AAA? It's not 162, is it?
No, I think I think they come up 2 or 3 weeks short.
Okay.
But I think they may have been. I think they start at the same time, but I think they're a week or 2 shorter.
Yeah, I think it terminates a little sooner, and then like the guys that aren't gonna come up
AAA
with
is
the final month,
150.
they're either shipping out for Arizona Fall League or they're going home to work the tree trimming job they have in the off season.
AAA is 150 games and single A is 132.
Oh, okay.
The other day, I went to pick up my kid because his truck broke down. So I picked him up after his physical therapy, and then he threw a bullpen afterwards. And his truck was in the shop, so I picked him up, and I pull in, and there's like this Mercedes next to me that I pulled up to. And Connor's all like, "You know whose car that is?" And I'm like, "No." And Nick Mears, he pitched for like the Rockies and got traded to the Brewers. And he went to the playoffs and he did all right. He's pretty good, but he got like a signing bonus and he fucking donated $70,000 to his team, to his organization.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm sick as a dog, man. It sucks. I'll tell you that.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Being sick and watching the Dodgers win are 2 of my least favorite things in life.
Well, at least you're getting them both out of the way simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
Soon the sickness will go away and the World Series will be over. Everything.
You have cold?
World.
Cold?
Yeah, I've been chewing on garlic like religiously. Usually that helps.
I got leveled. Like I was like sick for 2 or 3 weeks. So it just not go away.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going on. Tomorrow will be day 4.
Oh, fuck.
Don't stop hanging out with the branch Covidians, dude.
I like that. It's a good one.
I don't even know what that means.
You remember David Koresh and the Branch Davidians, and the FBI went in there and said, "Hey, you can't be doing this, and we want all the kids and whatever. You got guns." And then the FBI fired a bunch of. Well, they sent a bunch of guys in there to try to raid it, and these dudes were on the inside going, "Oh, it's on live TV, and this fucker's right outside the wall," and start shooting through the wall and shot the FBI agent, and then the FBI rolls up with a tank, sticks the cannon barrel through the wall and starts firing
I saw
smoke
that
grenades and
documentary.
flashbangs
It was
and
gnarly.
burned the whole joint to the ground with everybody in it.
It's a gnarly story.
Yeah.
There's like 3 documentaries all connected.
Yeah.
It's
He's like the rock star Jesus, though, right?
Yeah, apparently. He was, what
But
was it? He
it's
said
crazy because
Go
the
ahead.
guy that did the Oklahoma,
Timothy McVeigh.
Timothy McVeigh, he was at that watching.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So there's these weird
That's what kind of
connections.
got him going.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
and then I've been listening to these their documentary type podcasts about false flags and about all the connections of like going all the way back to when the United States was funding and training Osama bin Laden and this whole group of these Islamic guys to fight the Soviets, right,
Yeah.
in Afghanistan. And then, fast forward to the late 90s and the early 2000s, what happened with all that. They basically, the CIA set all these guys up, trained them, armed them, gave them money. And then they turned around and said, fuck you too, So anyway, I've been listening to all this crazy stuff. And there's all these things about Timothy McVeigh and how he's like not really the guy because there's no way somebody could have built a bomb that took that building out. Like some white boy idiot who was in the military, like there's no way. So who knows?
I love the true crime.
Yep, it's good shit. Well, are we gonna reconvene when this thing's all over, or what do you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. Who's calling a sweep tomorrow besides me?
I'm saying that the Yankees have to win tomorrow so we can at least have one positive post-game wrap.
I'd love to see him win.
And we can have a few chucks, like, hey, fucking Judge finally came out. He went 4 for 5 with 3 home runs, and Volpe learned how to hit again. And
I would love to see
Nasty Nestor, the molester, like whatever.
Well, I think the Yankees are going to win tomorrow. It's a Dodgers bullpen game day. I think as much as
they got Gill throwing for Yankees.
Win
it's pretty good.
It's in the bag. They got 3. They're up 3-0. Like if they lose tomorrow, what difference does it make? They're going to finish the series. But I have a feeling it goes 5. I think the Yankees win tomorrow, and then the following day the Dodgers just finish them off.
So you think the dudes in the Dodgers today, they go back in the clubhouse after the game, are going, fuck it, dude, we're gonna win this, man. Just give them one tomorrow.
No, I don't think they. I think they want to finish it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Less chance of guys getting hurt. Less chance of letting them on a very narrow chance to creep back in the series. They want to finish it, but I just don't think it's going to go that way tomorrow.
Well, like how when there's just one game left to win it all, they start bringing the champagne to the clubhouse just to be prepared.
Yeah.
Think of all the different cups that Kike is trying to find right now to do the cup bump and put the fucking as goggles on his face. He's gonna have like cups all over, bumping his chest up against everybody. It's gonna be insane.
Okay, I'm so glad you brought that up because it's one fucking thing that pisses me off so fucking much, and it seems like I'm the only one that complains about it, are those stupid fucking goggles. They never wore goggles in the 80s and 70s and shit.
It gets in your eyes. It burns. It's supposed to be a good burn, right?
Yeah, fuck the goggles.
Earn that shit.
That shit. If I was a manager, I would say no goggles. You're going to open your eyes like this, and we're going to throw champagne in them.
Hey, Bumgarner didn't put those things on.
I bet he did.
6 beers and pouring it in his face.
Just go like this. Go.
Yeah. No, we need to rack that video of Will Clark in '89, right?
I'm not going to watch 1 second of celebration. I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, it's
the last out is like channel change.
Yeah, and then tomorrow you guys get a GM. The day after.
I'm saying within a week.
I hope so.
And I'm saying it's Billy Owens. Oakland A's.
That'd be the best choice.
And then after that, we decide if we're going all in on Snell. I think Snell is, if they're in on Soto or not, I don't know. But if they are in on Soto, they're still going to decide on Snell first, I think.
Oh yeah.
So why would he leave?
Who?
Snell.
To get more money.
Get more money.
But I
And
mean,
the longer, he only has 1 year for what, 32 mil. So
Yeah.
he could probably get like a 5 or 6 year deal at like 35 a year, you know, or something like more substantial. And him and his chick just had a kid. So I think he's probably wants to be somewhere where he doesn't have to like every year move to a new location.
is he a Bay Area guy?
Now he's Seattle,
Oh,
but he
Seattle.
likes the West Coast.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you want to fucking stay? God,
I
could you
think he
imagine-
wants to stay, but I think the Giants are gonna have to match whatever the offers are. I think he's gonna get some big offers.
Yeah, he's going to get offered a lot of money. And I mean, they need him. And if they don't get him, they need
That's gonna hurt.
both Burns and Fried, because you can get both Burns and Fried for what Snell costs.
No, but they need a shortstop more than they need two pitchers.
Right. But you know, the point is, like, you could get both those dudes for the money it costs to get Snell. However, Snell was lights out once he got healthy last year.
Okay, he needs to stay.
He's young enough that they could give him 5 years with a 6-year, you know, player option, right? That's what
I would
I
be bummed to see him go. That would really fucking suck.
I don't know. I like the guy. He's a quirky, weird guy, but kind of in a cool way.
Yeah,
If the Reds are gonna get one guy, what position do they need to fill the most?
they need an outfielder. They need
Outfielder.
a good hitting outfielder, because all these fucking Reds knuckleheads on this page I talk to, they're like, man, we need to get Ellie and put him in center field. And I'm like, fuck, dude, no, what are you thinking? Leave him at short, get a good outfielder. So, like, get a fucking really good outfielder.
Would they go after a Soto, or they don't have the money?
That would be cool, because now you got Terry Francona and you've got people. There's a draw now. There's a draw to want to. Oh,
Francona's tight.
Francona. I get to play with Ellie. I get to play with Hunter. Like, I get to play with some young dudes that could be really good next year. With the new hitting coach, they got the dude from Cleveland, you know, who came over because of Francona. So
Yeah,
we'll see, man. I mean, I'm fucking not going to get optimistic.
I don't think they got the budget for it.
No, they don't.
Well, Teoscar's a free agent because he only signed for 1 year with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
And that's
but
the guy
he's-
that's the guy that me and Greg in the offseason last year were like, let's get him. Let's get Teoscar Hernandez. Like, dude, he smoked it with the Dodgers this year. Like, instead we got Jorge Soler, who was just trash, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the one thing about Soto that, because I don't watch him play all year. I see highlights and I see him when he plays the Giants. But in this postseason, it's really been clear to me that he's not super fast. He doesn't have a quick route to a ball. He doesn't get to balls that like Yaz would get to, like that kind of thing, like where you just know, like, someone else would have got that one. And then he's not fast on the bases. And so all that kind of makes me be like, he's a great hitter. And it's almost like the Shohei thing. Like, for me, I want the full package. I want the Mookie Betts that's just like the 5-tool guy that can throw, steal bases, hit, like everything.
There's just not a ton of those guys around.
But I mean, there's guys that are built like that aren't to the level of these guys that I think I'd rather have than one guy that's like great in this one area, but he's lacking in all these others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, J-Rod compared to Ohtani. Like, J-Rod can do so many different things. Ohtani can just hit. It's like, yeah, maybe he's going to pitch next year. We'll see. But
yeah, I don't know, man. That's
I know.
Tommy John, right?
They paid two-way money for a one-way guy. You know?
Yeah.
And my thing was, as soon as I knew that he blew his elbow out last year, I'm like, okay, whoever signs this guy, they're going to pay stupid money. He's never going to be a top line starter again after 2 TJs, right? The
Yeah.
best they can do is make him a converted first baseman, right?
Oh yeah.
But he's basically just a DH, and that's what he's going to be until Freeman's gone, whatever. So I don't know. Oh, Charlie's chiming in on Soto. Yeah, he's totally right. Soto, below average fielder. I'd say he's below average base runner as well. He can hit
Yeah.
the shit out of the ball, but those guys over on that other channel, it's like, oh no, he's a great defender. No, he isn't.
Well,
man.
it's crazy because he is up for a Gold Glove. He's one of the 3 guys, but I don't know what that
Right,
means.
but that doesn't. I mean, look, like everybody's forgotten about Acuna because he's gotten hurt twice now in season-ending surgeries, right? That dude is probably one of the best defensive outfielders of either league, you know.
See,
But
he's healthy. I would take him over all the aforementioned people. I
Yeah.
think Acuna's better than everybody.
Yep.
What were his injuries? Like his legs?
He blew his ACL out and then blew his other ACL out. Like, it was so terrible. It looked horrible because we've all like hyperextended our knees skateboarding, right? But dude, when he was running after a fly ball, he was running full speed and he jumped like he was 5 or 6 feet in the air. And when he came down, he straight legged and you saw his knee go and he just went down a pile. And it was like, oh, that was not good, man. And he got up and he was walking a little bit. It's like, why are you walking, man? Your leg is destroyed. So yeah, that was gnarly.
Outfielders just get pounded, man. It's just fuck.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens too. Like you're running full speed towards the wall. You're trying to pay attention to 3 different things at once. And you're running down a ball that you basically have to jump as high and as far as you can to just snow cone it, right?
Yeah.
And he just destroyed his leg. And then he did the same thing all over again. So it's like, oh man, if that guy could stay healthy, and like his contract's going to come up in, I think, like 3 years, right? I don't remember how many years he signed for, but it was a pretty long deal. But I think he's going to be a free agent sooner rather than later.
How old is he?
He is now probably, I mean, I could look it up.
He's
I think he's not even 30. He might be 29.
He's young.
He's pretty young. So he might even be younger than that, actually.
wow.
But dude, that guy is gnarly, you know, but health issues, you know, injuries are bad.
It seemed like it was bad for everybody this year, right?
He's 26.
He's only 26.
He's 1 year older than Soto.
Damn.
So yeah, everybody talks about, oh, Soto's so young. He's 25. So he signed a 10-year deal with him. He's 35.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but some guys wear better. You know, like Mookie Betts has held up extremely well. He's played at high caliber, and he's starting to get up there in age. And he's still got another 6 years with the Dodgers, 5, 6 years. So I mean, he's going to be old at the end of that. But you know, I mean, I predicted he would break down, and he's not breaking down.
No, he's doing good, and it's crazy how they're using him. I mean, he could have so many excuses. They're playing him in the outfield, shortstop, second base, like he's everywhere, and he's like Golden Glove wherever they put him. Like it's pretty impressive, really.
Yeah, that he's like their glue.
Dude, to put that guy at shortstop, I was like, yeah, right. And then he's like really good. It's like
what's crazy is they moved him to shortstop because of an injury. And it's like they figured he wouldn't have to like exacerbate the injury running around the outfield, easier for the short. So they put him at short. He does less, you know, really healthy. He actually played really good, right?
Kind of like one of those like government witness protections where it changes.
It sounded like one of those beavers was eating on your Wi-Fi line outside. Well, I'm saying this: if the Yankees win tomorrow, we got to all bring dessert to the forum.
Okay.
I'll have pie.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. You know. All right.
Maybe.
I got
Well,
pops or ice cream, one of the two.
well, there goes there goes there goes Christian.
The Beaver ate Christian.
All right. Well, yeah, man. Well, hopefully we can link up tomorrow. If the Yankees win, it'll be nice. But
I'll be around tomorrow for sure.
Okay, cool.
Right on.
Thanks for joining, everybody. Charlie, hit me up, talkingschmidt@gmail.com. I want to talk to you about some stuff. All right. And we out.
Peace. Later.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Skaters on Baseball. If you liked what you heard, please spread the word, give us a good review, or hell, blow us up on your social media if you're down. Follow us at Skates on Base on Instagram for baseball news and other fun stuff. We love comments and listener participation, so bring it with an audio clip or an email. You can email us at skatersonbase@gmail.com. We're everywhere you get your podcasts, and we'll be here all season long.
Let's go, San Francisco. Let's go, Giants.
I'm excited to give everything that I have for these next 6 seasons and, see where it takes us.
They can't say it anymore, Complete game, shutout, no hitter, leave me alone.
Adios! Pelota!
See you soon. Thank you.
And I am forever a Giant.